Miranda, thank you for your words and for setting this up for us. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for having us here today, and we're delighted to be able to come from Eastern North Carolina to talk a little bit about a vision that we have for our public school system as well as our community college, and more important, for our community. I want to give you a little background on Duplin County for those of you who do not know. Duplin County is the 10th largest county in the state. We are very sparsely populated. When I arrived 7 years ago, we were at 52,000 people for the whole county. I'm glad to say that today we're now at about 60,000 people. So in 7 years, we've seen a little bit of growth. At this point, we are hoping and we're looking forward to some military growth coming into our area because of the expansion of Camp Lejeune down in Jacksonville, which will spill over hopefully into our county, and we're trying to prepare for that. We do have some major industries. We have Butterball Turkeys. We have Precision Hydraulics that makes parts for Toyota as well as other car companies. We have Murphy Brown, which is a pork producer in our area. We have the world's largest winery, which many of you may have experienced. We also have Nash Johnson that produces poetry that they ship around the world. We also have a major interstate that makes it easy for you to get to Duplin County. We're about an hour and 15, hour, 20 minutes, depending on how fast you drive, east of Raleigh. And we're just outside of, we like to say we're a suburb of Wilmington. So it's easy for you to get to Duplin County, but most folks don't stop in Duplin County, they keep going. So we're looking at trying to transform our county where it's not only a place that you pass through, but a destination point. So we're at the community college looking at trying to bring forth agritourism to our county. Since agriculture is one of the biggest industries within the county, most of the county has a lot of large farms that are either pork producing, poultry, or either just regular produce. A little bit about James Sprunt Community College. We are also a small college in a large county, but we're the only higher education institution there in Duplin County. We have been partnering with Duplin County Public Schools for a long time. We were one of the first college and public schools to establish an articulation agreement going back to the early years. So working together with Duplin County Public Schools is nothing new. We have been working together over a number of years. The opportunity to heighten that occurred about 2 years ago when we were approached by the Board of Education to have an early college on our campus. And of course, we saw all of our peers as far as public schools and as well as community colleges that were having early colleges on their campus. So we went and we visited several within the state just to kind of get some ideas. And we're proud to say that we were able to transform and to bring an early college onto our campus, and that it's been a wonderful success for Duplin County. We're seeing a lot of success for our students. And I see our former principal sitting here, and we'd like to thank him because he was very instrumental in making sure that that was successful. But then on the scene arrived Dr. Austin Obasohan, a different type of educator who cared about students. And he came to me and we began to know each other and we began to talk. And he said, "We have a very successful high school on your campus, the early college high school. The students are doing well. Why should we limit this to only those students?" And of course, I thought about that for a moment, and I'll be honest with you, when he came forth with the vision, it sort of scared me a little bit because I started thinking about things like capacity and where would we put all the students in Duplin County on our campus. So, but then after a while thinking about it, I say, he's right, that we should be able to expand this wonderful concept to all the students in Duplin County so that they can meet the global challenges that we have. With that, I'm going to shut up at this point and let Dr. Obasohan talk a little bit about the vision.
Well, thank you. First, I give credit to Lieutenant Governor Dalton for making the early college on our campus very successful. I want to give credit to Dr. Bill Harrison for his vision. And I want to give a very great credit to the New Schools Project for the wonderful work and for what they have done. And I give my predecessor credit. I'm just lucky to inherit a very good plan. The early college has been very successful. Duplin County Schools have 16 schools, 9,000 students, very dedicated staff. We have a conversation, we talk with the New Schools Project, and we said, now we're going to have common core, and we have common assessment. Something have to be common in the middle, and that is the common framework. So New Schools Project have those instructional projects that is successful. At the Duplin Early College, under the leadership of Mr. Kevin, we have 95% proficiency rate. Very successful. No dropout rate so far we have calculated, which means 100% of our students have graduated. And we continue to dialogue with the New Schools Project to say, well, okay, let's have this conversation. So we went to the board and said, we think we can make this happen. And we started that conversation, and with the help of the New Schools Project and James Sprunt Community College, very glad with Dr. Rouse's leadership. And we started expanding that conversation with the commissioners, business people, and we all came together to agree that yes, in order to erase the intergenerational poverty, education must be the centerpiece. Quality education, opportunities for every child. We believe, we came together to have the shared vision that if we now know what works right here in our backyard, that it would be an injustice to deprive every child in Duplin County Schools. So we built that shared commitment, the Board of Education, James Sprunt Community College, and we are now working towards that. We also want to start early. We want to go all the way from pre-K. At some point, Dr. Rouse and I were talking about maybe we can go from conception if we can have that. When they are conceived. In other words, when a child is born with a special dream. It is our job as a school system, Duplin County Schools, to give every child that opportunity to be successful. Where we are now is that we need to continue to look at transformation. When we talk about transformation, North Carolina, I give credit and salute Governor Hunt for his remarks and for his work. North Carolina is not new innovation, actually taking the lead in education. So this is another part. We're just glad to have a piece of that. Dr. Rouse and his staff has been very successful in helping us. So the New Schools Project gave us a trip. We took a study trip to Hidalgo and let's go see what other people are doing. And when we got to Hidalgo, along with us too was DPI, Department of Public Instruction, North Carolina Community Schools, the North Carolina University System, the Honorable Governor Dalton's office, and some other business people. We took the trip with our staff. We took two of our board members and the county commissioner, and we all came back very impressed. So that's where we are today. We are very excited about this transformation. We're also not trying to rearrange our school system to meet the needs of our students. We are also trying to change the way that we think, to change the culture system-wide. So we are building on that right now. So we're very glad that we have the type of support we have with the New Schools Project that they have been providing to us, and James Sprunt leadership. So again, I'm very lucky to be sitting with Dr. Rouse with the work he's really done for our county, and I'm willing to serve moving forward.
Austin, I'd like to say that we also discussed that this would not be a switch on, switch off transformation, but it would take several years, that we'd have to look at the barriers that would be there and to try to work with those. And we also thank the New Schools Project for helping us to think through some of this, as well as some other individuals. But we think that in Duplin County the time is right. We have shared this with a number of constituents, and we've not heard any negative or anyone saying that this is not something you should do. At our last joint meeting, we had county commissioners, we had school board members, we had members from various companies, and it felt like a tent revival, actually, because everybody said, Yes, they start nodding their heads and say, this is something that we'd like to see happen in Duplin County if we can, and they pledge their support. So we're very lucky that we do have a community that also surrounds us and supports us, and we really are thankful for that.
And we know it's not going to end overnight. It's a long process. Talking about the pre-K 16, we're going to do this in phases. We've already begun training countywide our school system using the instructional framework, instructional strategies in all our schools across the system. And we're also looking at phasing out, offering the courses, college courses to all our high school students. So it's a big step. But I think since we know what works, we have a moral obligation as well as a professional obligation to do for every single child in Duplin County. And we hope that this will become a pilot program, as we were talking about, for the state, not just only for Duplin County, but also for the entire state. Because Duplin County School is a representative of all the population you have in the state, the Hispanic, the disadvantaged, the free, reduced. We have all of the groups. So we're very excited with what we're getting ready to do, and I'm very grateful to be part of this.